Why do women secretly put Sigma males to test? Women are mysterious creatures. And they are always watching Sigma males. But how does a Sigma know what they are looking for? It's not easy to know the signs she is testing you as a Sigma male. Some do, but most just fall right into the trap. Why would a woman test a Sigma male, and what does that mean? Whether or not she should invest any of her time and energy in you. The types of tests she uses on you are meant to help her figure out what kind of person you are and what type of partner you'd be. In other words, she is trying to figure out if you measure up to her expectations. SPIFFY TV presents reasons why women secretly put Sigma males to a test. Please subscribe now to support the SPIFFY TV channel to help us grow. This may sound archaic, but let's face it. This is all about finding the best mate. Weird when we think about it like that, right? Continue with this video to understand every woman's shit test and how to pass them all as a Sigma male. We got your back. Testing someone might sound a bit petty, and you probably don't appreciate the fact that she is analyzing everything about us. But think about it. Everyone does it. She wants to find the best partner, so she puts you through some tests to make sure you're what she wants. If not, she's on to the next. That's what dating and relationships are all about. Just because you are committed to someone right now doesn't mean that you will be with them forever. Most people have to date a lot, and break up a lot, to find the person who is the best match for them. Some tests are quite obvious, but others are not. And some are conscious, and done deliberately, and some are unconscious. Regardless, if you see signs she is testing you, don't freak out. It's not necessarily a bad thing. Though you may tell them one thing, they will do a routine test to make sure you are what you say you are. You might doubt yourself and think there is something wrong with you if she wants to test you. But there isn't. Each woman has a different test. Another example is that many women value money. That could be considered shallow, but it could just be one of her values. You can't judge a woman for not wanting to be with a man who is jobless, homeless, and/or lives in his parents' basement, can you? Some women value looks. True, most men aren't models with a raging six-pack, but that is attractive to a lot of women. But believe it or not, some women like the teddy bear look on a man. They like him with a little belly on himself. You see, it's all relative. So, don't get nervous or scared that you aren't the richest or hottest guy in the world. Or when you see these signs she is testing you. The right woman will think you are perfect. If she sees you as a potential partner, she keeps a very close eye on everything you do, seeing what she likes, what she doesn't like, and if you can be a true partner for her. Even when people are in long-term relationships or married, they still test their partner. They test them to see if they will notice the dishes are dirty, and need to be put in the dishwasher. They test them to see if they remember anniversaries and birthdays. They test and judge you on what kind of presents you give. And just remember that she's always going to push you. That's just how life works. She pushes her boundaries with you to see how far she can go, plus, also see your reaction as well. She wants to know how you argue, what you do when you're pressured, and how far she can get her way until you put your foot down. The must-know signs she is testing you. But, what are the tests? Good question. What's even better is that the answers are right here. It's time to know the truth, so let's take a look at the different tests a girl could use and the testing signs to watch for. Number 1. She lets a Sigma male meet her friends. This is one of the biggest tests. If she introduces you to her friends, it's the final acceptance into her life. Her friends are the ones that are going to do the testing for her while she sits back and watches. They'll ask you questions, tease you, and poke you to see how you react. If they like you, you're in. If not, you're faced with more tests to overcome that. Number 2. She lets you meet her family. Some people are very private when it comes to who they introduce to their family. So, if you have made it that far and you meet her parents and siblings, that is one of the signs she is testing you to see if you get along with them. And she also wants to see if they like you. Because think about it, no one wants to have their spouse be the black sheep of the family, right? You want everyone to like each other and get along well. Number 3. She watches where your eye wanders. If you check out the waitress in front of her, well, you failed the test big time. You didn't think she noticed. When you first start dating, she notices all the small things, especially this. She's watching your body language in front of other women, and who you look at. This way, she sees if you're faithful or not. But if you liked her anyway, your eyes would be on her, right? Number 4. She asks you about the past. One of the clear signs she's testing you is when she prods into your past romances. This isn't because she's super interested to know about your past relationships. In essence, she doesn't care, but what she does want to know is how they all ended. Why did your ex dump you? Why did you dump her? The way you talk about your past relationships shows a lot about you as a person and how you think about the people you once loved. Number 5. She watches your manners. Maybe paying for the first date or helping her put on her coat seems a little old-fashioned, but these small things show a huge part of your personality. This doesn't mean you think she is incapable of putting on her jacket by herself, but you show her respect. Plus, if she struggles to get her arm in the hole, well, it's always nice to have someone that helps you out. Number 6. She asks you about your future goals. Talking about goals and dreams may seem cheesy, but they're questions asked for a specific reason. This is one of the signs she is testing you about the future. She wants to know what kind of future you see for yourself, your dreams and aspirations, and where you think you'll be in 5 or 10 years if she's in your future plans. Does this matter now? If this ends up as a serious relationship, she wants to know what she's getting herself into. Number 7. She watches how you interact with animals. Great movie, by the way. But seriously, if she has a cat or a dog, she uses them to test you. If her dog or cat doesn't like you, she listens to them because animals never lie. They don't have a hidden agenda, but you do. So, another huge sign she is testing you is standing back and analyzing if her pet accepts you, or not. If they bark or growl at you, it's not a good sign. Number 8. She watches the kinds of dates you plan. From the very first date, she notices what you suggest. Do you call it hanging out or do you call it a date? Those are two very different things in her mind. Do you take her for coffee or do you take her out to a candlelight dinner? The first date and subsequent dates tell her a lot about you, such as how much money you have, how cheap you are, how much you plan, and how thoughtful you are. So, keep this in mind when you take her out. She may not pass a comment about it or ask you anything about your romantic side or the size of your back check, but when she sits back and allows you to plan a whole date or several of them, that's one of the signs she's testing you and evaluating you as long-term potential. Number 9. She watches how you treat other people. If you're at a restaurant, she will notice how you treat the server. Do you call them by their actual name and look them in the eye? Do you treat them like human beings? Or are you rude and expect them to be your servant? It's not just about servers. How you treat everyone, from holding the door for a little old lady to how you treat her nice. It all matters and she's always watching. Number 10. She talks about marriage and kids. She will bring up topics like, what do you think of marriage? Or how long do you think two people should be together before they get married? Or how old were your parents when they got married? These are indirect questions to test whether or not you are thinking about marriage and kids in the future. She will even notice how you treat and interact with children, such as her niece and nephews. She is assessing whether or not you would be a good father to her children one day in the future. Number 11. She watches you on social media. This is a huge test for girls. Women notice all the time what their men are doing on social media. She knows whether you follow hot women on Instagram, and if you comment on women's posts and what you say. And whether or not you are official on social media, and how often you post pictures of her are two very important things she watches. She's watching you. Be very careful what you say and do on social media, because there are a lot of things that can get you into trouble with a woman. Remember, if she's testing you, she likes you. If she's not interested, she's not wasting her time. Why would she? She doesn't see you in her future. It's a very good sign. If you notice these tests being used on you, all you need to do is pass them. And honestly, if you do like her, these tests would be a real breeze, don't you think? We hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, share and subscribe now to support the Spiffy TV channel.